for all and all for one. Muskehounds are always ready. One for all and all for one. Helping everybody. One for all and all for one. It's a pretty story. Sharing everything with fun. That's the way to be. One for all and all for one. Muskehounds are always steady. One for all and all for one. Helping everybody. One for all and all for one. Kids are pretty corny. If you got a problem, John, think how it could be. They cross their hearts and pray. They cross their souls night and day. They drink a beer and swear they're faithful to their king. No matter what you say, they're never far away. They're always ready to fight or to sing. One for all and all for one. Muskehounds are always ready. One for all and all for one. Helping everybody. One for all and all for one. It's a pretty story. Sharing everything with fun. That's the way to be. One for all and all for one. Muskehounds are always steady. One for all and all for one. Helping everybody. One for all and all for one. Kids are pretty corny. If you got a problem, John, think how it could be.
Episode 5. Monsieur Treville, Captain of the Musketeers. Dawn breaks over Paris as a new day smiles on our gentle hero.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Beautiful. Mon Dieu. That cloud looks just like my father. I wonder if he's trying to tell me something. All right, today's the day I'll go see Monsieur de Tréville. Boy, oh boy, would I love to be a musketeer. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, don't I know you?
Yep. Widimer's guards. It looks like trouble.
How can I be of assistance to you, Monsieur Widimer?
I don't need your assistance to make an arrest. Stand back.
He's a big shot.
Why shouldn't he be? He's protected by Cardinal Richelieu.
Aramis, Athos, I've come to take you away.
What?
You're under arrest.
On what grounds?
Don't look so surprised. I know from my informants that you started a fight with the Cardinal's guardsmen.
Your guards were the ones who started the fight, Monsieur Widimer. I wonder who he takes us for.
Be quiet. This is not the time for your flimsy excuses. Take them away.
All right. It seems they haven't learned their lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I smell trouble.
On guard.
Ready when you are, monsieur.
Your resistance is a futile gesture, Aramis. You must obey the law, unless you want to sully the name of your captain, Monsieur Treville, as well.
Put those swords away at once. It's Captain Treville. I think we better do as he says.
Yes, let's obey him.
Good heavens, monsieur, how kind of you to call on us. And to what do we owe this great honor?
You can thank your ruffian musketeers, Treville. Once again, they have disturbed the public peace.
Mon Dieu, are you saying that my musketeers have violated the law?
Yes, they have. They caused a public disturbance.
Good heavens, that is terrible. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad you agree, Treville. Now hand Athos and Aramis over to me at once.
I will not.
You must.
My very dear friends, have you two been dancing with your swords in the public square?
Don't try to cover for them, Treville. They were rioting in the streets and injured several of the Cardinal's guardsmen.
You must be mistaken, Monsieur Widimer. My men would not draw their swords against anyone without just cause.
Your musketeers drew their swords against my men. That's against the law.
And I suppose that your men were too surprised to draw their swords.
Be careful what you say, Monsieur Treville. Of course my men fought back. They are not cowards.
I see then, and if your men also drew their swords, then what we're really talking about is a duel. That being the case, the Cardinal's men are also guilty of the same offense under His Majesty's law, and they should also be subject to the same punishment.
That shall be decided by Cardinal Richelieu. Turn those men over to me at once. That's an order.
Monsieur Widimer, I will not turn over my musketeers to you unless I am certain that justice will be served.
I shall inform the Cardinal of your refusal to obey.
I suggest that you leave at once, Monsieur Widimer, and that you inform His Eminence that if he insists on punishing only my men, I shall have no choice but to inform His Majesty of this injustice myself. There's nothing more to discuss. Aramis and Athos, I want to have an immediate explanation from both of you in my chamber. You have my leave to go.
You'll regret this. Wait a minute. That's the lad who helped the Musketeers escape. Perhaps I should deliver him to the Cardinal. That should pacify him. Arrest him at once! Yes, sir!
Oh, I think I better get out of here.
Please, you fool!
I wonder what poor devil they're chasing down now.
He's up on the balcony!
What? Just passing through. Bon appetit. Oh, what a pleasant surprise.
All right, you're cornered. So you better surrender once. Come along with us peacefully.
I will never give myself up to you or anyone. But on second thought... This is my only chance.
Hey! Don't let him escape!
Here, what's happening? I order you to stop this carriage now!
Yes, madam, at once, madam. I'm doing my best. I don't know what's gotten into these horses.
I'm scared, Mom. Well, you'd better not be, Terence. How can you expect to become a musketeer if you frighten so easily?
Mon Dieu, I wasn't expecting all this excitement.
Oh, stop, boy.
Mommy, I think there's somebody up there. Be quiet, child. You're imagining things. Yes, Mom.
Stop, boy.
Mommy, look at that. There is someone up there. Up where? There, huh? Stop whining, Terence. You're not behaving according to your rank.
They brought me back to the headquarters of His Majesty's Musketeers.
Halt! I'm sorry. My orders are not to allow anyone through without proper identification. Well?
The Countess of Jeancourt and her son are here to see Monsieur Treville.
So you're back, are you?
Huh? Huh?
What is it? And who might you be?
Dogtanian of Bern, at your service, madam.
Get him! We won't let him escape this time!
Yes, sir.
This is my big chance to prove myself to the Musketeers.
We finally got you!
What on earth are you ruffians doing?
Pardon us, madam.
You ought to be ashamed. Pierre, drive on. I won't be exposed to barbarians.
Shame on you. All right, on guard.
And so we thought we'd teach them a lesson.
But things got out of hand and it ended up being a common street brawl, Are you aware that such behavior puts me in a most delicate position? You mustn't ever start a quarrel. Please remember that.
Pardon me for contradicting you, Captain, but we didn't begin the quarrel. They did.
Well, that does change matters. If they started it, then you were right in defending yourselves. We must always defend our honor. You behaved quite bravely. You upheld our motto of
One for all.
And all for one.
Pardon me, Captain.
I believe I said that I didn't want this meeting to be interrupted.
There's a lady here to see you, and she is most insistent.
Very well. Why, it's Madame Jeancourt. How can we be of assistance to you?
I realize you're a very busy man, Monsieur Treville, and I thank you for your time. Little Terence and I have come here to request a most important favor from you. Bow, child.
Mommy, you're hurting me.
Serving you would be my privilege, Countess. What is the favor?
Monsieur de Tréville, I have made up my mind that my only son should become a musketeer.
Oh, very well then, Madame. Please look at those lads in the courtyard.
What manners? Who are those barbarians?
Barbarians? Hardly, Madame la Comtesse. They aspire to the honor of joining His Majesty's Musketeers.
They're so vulgar.
It is not by their appearance that we select them. Neither name nor rank are of any importance when it comes to being a musketeer. We demand only a spirit of sacrifice, steadfastness, and absolute loyalty. Those lacking in these virtues are not considered worthy of joining our ranks. They are all brave men.
And my son would have to live with those awful brutes?
Yes, madam.
How atrocious. You seem to forget that my family is one of the noblest in France.
No, not at all, madam. You, on your part, seem to have misunderstood me entirely.
What an affront. I understand you perfectly, monsieur. I am a countess. How dare you speak to me like this?
With all due respect, madam, I repeat that titles do not count here.
This is intolerable. My dignity forbids me to listen to this.
Mommy, I'm hungry.
Be quiet, child. Well then, I assure you, Monsieur Treville, that you shall regret this outrage.
She's like a hurricane.
Hush, I say.
What is all that ruckus?
Could be some kind of a fight, Captain.
Yeah, get him. Come on, you.
Good heavens! It's that lad again. We ought to do something about this, even if he's not one of us. Let's talk to the captain. He'll tell us how to help him. Come on.
What did you find out? Who is that young lad who is fighting so very valiantly?
He dreams of becoming a musketeer, and if I recall correctly, his name is Dogtanian.
Dogtanian?
I believe so.
He's fighting Widimer's henchmen single-handedly. What courage! But why hasn't he drawn his sword from its sheath?
That is very odd indeed. Maybe it's his way of showing his respect for us since he's outside our gates.
I'd like to talk to him.
Shall I bring him up to you?
Mm-hmm.
He's quite a swordsman, but I'll teach him. Get up!
Hark! You may not enter here, Monsieur Widimer.
Don't meddle in this, Athos. It does not concern you. That young milksop is not a musketeer.
No, he's not, but he soon will be. He aspires to become a musketeer, and we all think of him as one of us.
Think of him as you will. He is not one of your men. And at any rate, you've seen it yourself. He has drawn his sword against the law.
He has what? Pardon me, sir. May I have your sword, my good lad? Please, examine it, monsieur. Well then, as you can see, the sword has not been drawn at all. Against anyone, let alone against the law, as you claim, monsieur.
How dare you appear before me after having made a public spectacle of yourself? You have brought disgrace to the name of Cardinal Richelieu's guardsmen. You, their commander.
Eminence, I beg your forgiveness. It won't happen again, I promise you.
Hell is full of such unkept promises. I shall avenge this affront myself. Now be gone, you inept idiot. I will show these musketeers that confronting my power is a very dangerous game indeed.
Ah, you fight like your father. Yes, indeed, you are a Dogtanian. Ah.
I beg you, monsieur, I am no longer a child. I am a man.
And so you are, my good lad. I just can't help regarding you as my own son.
Well, Monsieur Treville,
What's the matter?
Well, my father gave me a letter to give to you, but, well, I'm afraid that it was stolen.
Stolen? Who stole it?
Well, a man with a black mustache in Marne.
In Marne, A man with a mustache? Do you suppose that he took the letter because he knew that it was intended for me?
That I cannot say, sir.
Never mind. We'll discuss all that later. Now, come, tell me about your father. Come sit by me.
This is wonderful, may I?
But of course, I suspect your father must have told you much about me.
Well, he said you were friends.
Ah, yes. Well, your father and I are more than just mere friends. We've always been like brothers.
My father and you, monsieur?
Precisely. We once took an oath that we would both give our lives, if necessary, defending the country of France. Later on, the winds of fate made our lives progress along different paths. Hasn't your father told you much about that part of his life?
No.
That is so much like the man that I once knew. He was always so modest and never made much of his courageous feats in the defense of our land. Before you were born, our beloved France was torn by a cruel civil war. Brothers shed the blood of their brothers. It was then that Henry IV, King of Navarre, rose up in arms to achieve the unity of France. We fought on the side of King Henry throughout the entire country. Your father was in command of the troops that would fight the famous Battle of St. Bartholomew. When faced with the decision to kill hundreds of innocents, women and children included, he took a heroic stand and decided not to fire.
Come on, Dogtanian, give the order to fire. What's the matter with you now? Lost your courage?
I cannot order that.
If you cannot do it, I shall. Fire!
That is the reason why he decided to resign from the Royal Army. When His Majesty found out the reason, he tried to convince your father to stay on, but to no avail. Before we parted, I made him promise me that if ever he had a son, he would send him to Paris under my protection as soon as he could handle a sword.
I knew nothing of this.
Oh, that reminds me. This is for you.
It's beautiful. I wanted to buy it the other day, but I just couldn't afford it.
A young lady named Juliet brought it to me. She said she knew you'd be coming to see me.
She brought this for me?
Who is this young lady?
Oh, she's just a good friend of mine, that's all. Look, she gave me this handkerchief once. It smells so fragrant.
You don't resemble your father at all.
Pardon me, Monsieur Treville, sir?
Nothing. Well then,
Oh, one of those gadgets to see from afar. May I use it?
certainly.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Monsieur Treville. You are most kind. Oh, boy, this is terrific. Look, you can see clear across the yard. Oh, boy. Oh, it's the man with the black mustache. Thank you, Monsieur Treville. I must go now.
How puzzling. How can father and son be so different?
Careful, lad.
Excuse me, sir, but I'm in a great hurry.
One moment.
What now?
I would be more courteous if I were you. I have fought duels for lesser reasons than this.
As you please, monsieur, but tell me the time and the place right now. I must make haste.
Do you realize what you're saying?
I do. Now where and at what time?
Very well, then. Behind the cathedral. I will meet you there at midday.
Agreed. I shall be there without fail, so don't fail me.
Well now, Dogtanian has done nothing less than challenge Musketeer Porthos to a duel. In our next episode, he'll learn about the Musketeer motto, one for all and all for one.
In the next episode, Dogtanian will gain the friendship of Aramis, Porthos, and Athos, the three favorite Muskehounds of the captain of the King's Guard, the Lord of Treville.